The No Fate channel, checking in on this episode of Dad's Home Gym. Listen, it's almost been a year to the day since I stopped going to my local gym and started utilizing my home gym full time. So I thought on this episode of Dad's Home Gym, I would quickly talk about how my home gym actually came to fruition, what I've actually missed about my local gym, and hopefully have a bit of a discussion about what I have been doing to kind of replace the items that I'm missing. And then finally talk about what's going to happen as we get back to what we used to refer to as normal. Now it's new normal, and we kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, what that means for people utilizing their home gyms as well as local gyms. But if this is your first time to the channel, please, hit that subscribe button. On this Dad's Home Gym series, I'm typically in my basement gym reviewing home gym equipment. But I thought today would be good to take kind of like a step back. So just quick background, I have been building out my home gym very slowly for the past 10 years. And in fact, when I first started picking up pieces of gym equipment for my house, it was really one of those like, hey, in case the gym is closed, haha, like a pipe broke, or the snow day for the gym, or maybe like a holiday. And then I had children 6.5 years ago, and I started picking up more pieces of equipment because then it became what happens if the kids are sick or if I can't get out of the house because I got to watch the children. And that brings us to a year ago, almost to the day, when the gyms got closed down for 2 weeks to slow the spread. And I decided that, hey, listen, I've got to really expand my home gym. Even though it was getting the job done, I knew they were missing some pieces of equipment that I really wanted to have. Now, there are three main things that I have noticed lacking in a home gym versus a local gym. I want to talk about some of the ways that I have bridged that gap, at least partially. Number one, ambiance, right? You go into your local gym, you get greeted at the door, your friends are there, you're lifting bros, people are working out, people are looking good, the music's banging, you got mirrors all along the wall showing how swole you are, and you are physically just pushed into being ready to lift. You're motivated, you're excited, and you've got a good atmosphere and the good conditions to kind of get some really fun, exciting, enjoyable lifts, and that's why we do it. Clearly, if you're in your garage, if you're in your basement, it's not the same, right? It just doesn't feel the same. Hey, you might be working out next to your lawnmower, next to your washing machine. It's just not the same motivation. So a few of the things that I have done in order to kind of bridge that gap and kind of really change the space that I'm working out in from a dark basement to more of a workout atmosphere. Number one, I fixed that lighting with only changing a few bulbs around. It went from a dark basement to a well-lit basement, and that does make a massive difference. For motivation, I did put up some lame, but they're not lame to me, but probably if you saw them, you'd think they're pretty lame, posters on the wall so that between sets, when I'm just kind of looking around, I have stuff to focus on and to keep me motivated. Also, with regards to a basement, it doesn't smell that good. If you're working out in your garage, hey, you might be next to the pesticide. You know what I'm talking about. I wanted good airflow, so I made sure to bring in some fans, and then now that it's the winter time, I got fans and I've got heaters going. I also brought in an air purifier as well to kind of just give the basement a better smell. Now listen, my basement probably has a better smell than most local gyms just because of how gyms tend to smell, but overall it has improved the experience. Kind of all of these small things are adding up to a better lifting experience. And then the final thing is that I just updated my iPod playlist of all things just to kind of spruce it up and give me just a little bit more newness to the workout, a little more drive. Hey, if it helps me enjoy my workouts a bit better, why not? Now, the other thing that I have missed from my home gym to a local gym is, hey, my gym bros. It is a blast to work out with your friends, your buddies, and I will tell you that most of the friends that I have now, I made at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the best thing a gym buddy, gym bro is good for is a spot. I'm a big proponent that forced reps are probably the number one way to really get out of plateaus, push yourself harder safely if it can be done with some brains to it, really kind of having a gym spotter that knows how to push you but without leaving you hanging, stuff like that. And clearly that's really impossible to mimic in your home gym unless you invite your buddies in to work out with you. Now, clearly in 2020, that probably wasn't something you could safely do, but as we get further into 2021, the numbers are coming down. Thankfully, more people are getting vaccinated. thankfully, that is something that you could do, and it is something that I might do in the future. The thing I miss the most about a local gym, probably the hardest thing to replace and replicate in your home gym, is legs. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. Now, before you jump down my neck, I know that there are some amazing, probably the best leg exercises that you can easily do at home. Back squat, front squat, deadlift. Did I name them? Sure, those are great leg exercises. But there's something to be said for getting on a leg press, for leg extensions, for leg curls, for some of those exercises that really isolate your legs and you can really get a fun workout in. And for someone like me who has a herniated disc, I know I can't squat with the bar on my back. As soon as I do, as soon as I hit like a plate and a half, boom, it is snap city. It is just, whoop, I'm out for a week or two, and it's just not worth me even trying. Now, there are a lot of leg exercises that I can do in my home gym with kettlebells, with dumbbells, with just being smart about the weight that I do with my hex bar, stuff like that. But it's still not the same like getting on a leg press. Now I know I could jump on a leg press, do a whole bunch of plates on each side and not have any issues with my back. Same thing with the leg curl and a leg extension, stuff like that. And I honestly miss them. Hey, I miss the glute blaster down at my local Become Fitness. I miss that thing, and that thing isn't great, but when you get on it at the end of the leg workout, it's just nice to burn out those glutes, right? So that's really hard to replace. Can you replace those machines in your home gym? Yeah, you could get yourself a leg press or a leg extension, and aside from the cost, which of course is high, the big problem is going to be, frankly, space. Those machines take up a lot of space, and that is probably the number one factor with regards to your home gym is the amount of floor space you have available to use. And it's something like the leg press as well. For many of us, like my squat as an example, might be 2 plates if we're just talking back of the envelope, right? But my leg press is probably like 5 or 7 plates on each side. That's some serious bucks in weight aside from paying for the machine. So I think that's probably one of the hardest things to do with regards to transitioning to a home gym is really hitting those legs the way you used to at a local gym. There's tons of functional exercises that you can do with regards to kettlebells and step-ups and burpees and lunges and all that great stuff that will certainly train your legs. But it's not going to train them, at least in my opinion, the same way that a heavy squat or heavy leg press will. So I don't necessarily know the great solution to that problem, and I've been scratching the brain trying to figure it out. If you've got any solution, any tips on how to grow these legs aside from squatting, which throws off my back, let me know in the comments below, because this channel isn't about just giving out information. It is about trying to better myself, and I know there's a lot of smart people out there that have probably already tackled this issue. So as stuff becomes safer and as stuff opens up, what's going to happen to home gyms? And I'm going to tell you, they're here to stay for a number of reasons. Now, first, people have spent a whole year working out at home, and they've realized that they can get it done with minimal equipment, minimal space. They can get great workouts in, and they don't have to pay a membership, and they don't have to drive to the gym, work out, and then drive home. It is certainly a time saver. Unfortunately, you're not saving as much money as you think. Now, many people will say, hey, I don't have to pay for a gym membership. But if you're only paying 10 or 20 bucks a month, it's going to take a lot of months to cover, your home gym, even at the most minimal level. Now, do you need a ton of home gym equipment? Certainly not. But I know just trying to get a barbell and a rack and some plates, it's going to rack up a lot of months worth of that $20 gym membership. Now, obviously, if you're paying like $100 or $150 at some swanky gym or a CrossFit box, that's going to be a lot easier for a payback period, but I don't think in the long haul, home gyms are going to save you any more money than a local gym would actually cost you, just because you're eventually going to keep buying equipment and that price tag is just going to exceed what you would spend on monthly fees. So ultimately, I think the people that have been benefiting and enjoying a home gym for the past year are going to continue to stay in that home gym, especially as home gym equipment becomes available. Now, the prices are going to continue to go up because of steel prices going up, and gym sellers know that they can ask a premium and still get that price point. But home gym buyers are still like, who cares? I'll pay the price once. I'll have it in my home gym probably for close to forever. I think the people that are going to run back to a local gym are going to be the athletes or the super strong individuals that need a ton of equipment, especially the heavier weights, in order to get their workouts in. One example is with dumbbells. I mean, these things are so expensive. And if you're a strong individual, you're going up past the hundreds. Now, each one of those past the hundreds, we're talking like $400 for a pair of let's just say, 110-pound dumbbells is like $400. And as you can see, it's a slippery slope as you try to get up there. Whereas if you have a gym membership, you walk in the door, they've got like 5 pounds all the way up to like 125 pounds that you can just grab at any time. So I definitely think that a lot of people are still going to keep using a local gym, but we're going to see the home gyms here to stay. And I think eventually you're going to see more and more and more people pulled away from your local gym to do a home gym workout. We're seeing things like Peloton and Nordic Track and all of these kind of group classes going online, and people are doing it from their home, getting it done, and without the hassle of jumping in their car and going down to the gym only to find out that the gym person that was supposed to unlock the door in the morning didn't show up on time. I have been that person, and it is frustrating. Hey, if you guys have any suggestions on how to fix my home gym with respect to legs, please drop it in the comments below. I am begging you. I have really been scratching my head on this one, and I got a few ideas that I'm going to show people further down the line on my Dad's Home Gym series, but I don't know if they're necessarily the solution that I am looking for. If you came to this video, thank you for listening to me talk. Thank you for staying this long. Thank you for hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. As usual, thank you for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. This channel is dedicated to my life as a father of 2 wonderful children, and it centers around health, fitness, and all of the tricks and tribulations that I go through to try to be a great parent to my children and still accomplish my own personal goals.